So here it is, my favorite controller, or was my favorite controller. No, I want to do that like clickbaity YouTube intro. Okay, so no, really though, that is one of my favorite controllers. However, I realized 8BitDo released a new controller, and I'm a big fan of controllers for some reason. I can't get enough of them, so I'm gonna unbox it. Really hope it lives up to the expectation that 8BitDo has, you know, cast upon me. This was to be in the style of the Switch Pro controller. So, and I always thought it was really comfortable. I have one somewhere, but after I moved, it lost somewhere. It's got to be somewhere, right? But anyway, so let's unbox this. Let's see what's got going on. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. So let's peel away this. There we go. A little bit. Packaging is big to me. I feel like you can keep a box depending on the packaging, and they made it super easy by just having one piece of tape. I always appreciate that. Come on. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. All right. Put you down there gently. Don't worry, my sweet prince. I'll be back for you. Oh well. Okay, so it already gives you like a outline of the controller. Let's see if I can just get the covers off. Okay, so wow, that's some nice packaging. Oh, really nice of them. Okay. Ooh. Okay. I mean, I'm not really sure why it was necessary to have the film only on these buttons. Maybe so they're not pressed down the whole time, but on the same spectrum, then why would you do it for everything else? So let's just take that off. Ooh, this feels good. Oh, they got. It's hard to show on the camera. Okay, actually, you can see it pretty fine. They got that good textural grip. Honestly, it comes in handy when you get sweaty. Let's see here. Did this have it? I had it in a less degree. Definitely can feel it more on the new one. So that's very good. I liked it a lot on this. So improving that is a good idea to me. Okay. Good weight to it. Doesn't feel too light or heavy. That makes a big deal for what you're playing. Triggers feel good. Clicky like that. These ones they started adapting back triggers. Oh like so like let's see here. Has the classic 8-bit do button on it for profile and stuff like that. Has a Bluetooth connection and which is on currently and a 2.4 hertz connection, so you should be able to use a adapter on the PC if you want to go that route. Although actually, I might have had confused. Bluetooth could. I'm gonna test it out. Which one it works on? I can't think off the top of my head. Ooh, okay. The analogs feel good. They like this has better ridges. Does this? I'm gonna keep comparing it. Okay, so this it does have the ridge again, not as much. So this is definitely more defined. Very interesting. Now I got this for about $80, which I believe is about $10 more than the usual Switch Pro, or yeah, Switch Pro controller. Ooh, I've come to appreciate this, but the buns look really clean. At least these buns. One thing to note, which I think all controllers should really adapt, is having an 8 gate. And what I mean is, on an Xbox controller, for example, it has basically inputs in the other corners, which makes it 8 instead of 4. That's important for fighting games, which there are some retro fighting games on the Switch. So, kind of think that's a little bit of a missed opportunity, but it's not the end of the world for me. I don't really play fighting games on my Switch unless it's Smash, but you don't use a D-pad for that. So, let's see here. That's the control. Oh, let's do a smell test. It has a smell. Honestly, it smells pretty clean. Huh. Finally, the smell test comes through. What do you know? That's awesome. That's a good time. All right, let's do this. All right. Now also with this controller, to my surprise, is a dock. I was like, what? What do you mean there's a dock? I mean, like literally a stand dock to like charge and hold your controller. How neat is that? What? Like, why? Why would they go the distance? That's insane. All right, so you hear the click. Huh. That's so cool. And it's a charging station. That's so clean. Wow. Charging dock for ultimate controllers. It's not gonna work for the other one, right? No, there's no way it's gonna work for that one. That is nice. So you can basically charge it through here. So you make a wired. Actually, I guess it doesn't have a wired connection option. But I'll test on the Switch because there's been ways to make a wired connection. This so that way you can charge it. That's very nice. I like that a lot. I might put like a sticker or something here just for my own little amusement. But other than that, very clean. This is a good presentation. Let's check out the chords. The chords without a voice crack. All right, probably I think it's just one, right? Oh, something else in there. Probably manual. Okay, so usually who cares about manual, right? But on these, it does tell you how to make or use the online functionality for the controller in terms of like fine tuning it. I want to say this profile. Oh, I didn't. Oh, there is a wired connection. Cool. That's honestly kind of important. It is good to have a wired connection. That's the most secure. I'm looking at what appears to be a puzzle. Let's see here. Nothing new. I assume at some point on here in some language, it's going to tell me to download the 8BitDo Ultimate software. OTG cable is required for Switch Lite. I don't understand what that is. So this can work with a Switch Lite. Again, never understood why you do that, but hey, teach their own. Change grip order, wireless connection, wired connection. Okay. What I want to know is how do you. I'll have to check it out. I assume it's compatible with the program. I would be kind of surprised if it wasn't, but who knows? And then there is the cable. My assumption, not going to be USB 3.0. That's just my guess. Yeah, and I was right. It's not. It is a good old standard 2.0. Doesn't need to be, I guess. Just be nice for personal use. Not that long. Um, I mean, I understand why controller companies or whatever go for the short cable because I don't really care enough to make it longer. It doesn't really, doesn't do anything for them. They just want to make sure you can charge your product. So this will definitely be suitable for charging the dock station, which is primarily how I'm going to use this. Um, Other than that, it's way too short for a real wired connection or charging situation to the dock or to the Switch dock. But again, I have no need to plug that in. They literally made that obsolete with its own charging station, which again blows my mind. So now the fun part for me is to test it on video games. So I'm going to do that, have some gameplay footage, and we'll do a review and see how I rate it. Tell me that's it. Tell me that's it. Tell me that's it. Tell me that's it. Please tell me that's it. Please tell me that's it. Please tell me that's it. Oh, finally! Oh my god. So after doing some playtesting with games on the Switch, I'm like, wow, this is a really good controller. I love it. This is probably gonna replace my other controller. And then I did a little bit of research, and I'm like, what? It has this? So first of all, in the dock, when it's charging, there's a light bar here, which is kind of hard to see. Oh, well, the light bar here, and that's when you know it's charging, at least initially. So that's good indicator. However, I didn't realize it, but I was like, well, this has a Bluetooth capability. I'm sorry, 2.4 capability. So like, why can't I? You'd need a adapter for it, and they give you one literally in the charging dock. What? Why? That's insane. What a value this thing provides. This is incredible. I just can't believe they provided this as well. So now, literally, this controller can be your main controller for both the Switch and any PC gaming if you have both. Some people don't have both. I have this Xbox and a PC, so for me it could work. Not on the Xbox though. With that said, uh, I mean this is a damn fine controller. I mean it feels classic. I really had no complaints playing the games at all. The only thing I like to mention is it doesn't have hair triggers. Now that's important because in terms of first person shooters, I'm gonna say if you want to be real serious or to some degree you want an edge, you definitely want hair triggers. To compensate for that, you can fine tune it in terms through the app, which is available on any phone or even Windows, Mac too. That the second it feels sensitivity, like literally the tiniest, it'll proc. So that's good. That means that it'll immediately go off. You don't have to normally you're gonna control. You have to go all the way down, which means it's gonna take the whole input and then it's gonna shoot or activate. So now it's gonna start technically faster. I'm not sure if you'll notice it perchance, but it's there, which is really good. Trust me. Um, you know, like this absolutely will be my main controller now. There's no doubt about that. I'll probably even use it for my PC gaming as well in terms of the shooters that I play or used to play because now it's just on the Xbox. Um, I the again the only complaints is the hair trigger. I like having hair trigger since I have an Xbox Elite 2 controller, so that's for me it's kind of getting used to that. Although sometimes it hurts a little bit if you press it too many times, purely because like your brain's like I want to put more pressure on this, and then you put more pressure than you're supposed to, and you get afraid of pulling the hair trigger or putting too much pressure on it. With this, you get the full capability of it, and there's no hair trigger, so maybe it'll just work out better for you in the long run. Man, and last but not least is the D-pad. Not going to use this for fighters, and that's fine. I mean, honestly, you probably shouldn't be using a controller for fighters, but you totally can too. I mean, there's really no problem with that. Don't let stick elitists to tell you otherwise. You can use a normal controller. They literally make games for controllers, like around the basic controller scheme. So don't let them tell you otherwise. You can get used to it. Um, and the D-pad feels classic. The analog feel good. It's just such a great controller. Um, Now let's see here. Preference. I mean, honestly, it might just come down to preference. And this has, again, a good feel to it. If you like a modern take on a classic, the Pro 2 controller is just an amazing controller. Basically the same thing. I mean, but this it just feels like a pro controller, which is great. Granted, does not have amiibo support. On the other hand, no games have amiibo support anymore. Couldn't tell you why. Pretty depressing. I don't know why like the new Pokemon doesn't have amiibo support. Like really couldn't like put like if I put my Lucario one down, get like a Lucario egg. I don't know, just something small. Don't know what the problem there is. Anyway, so also it can have a couple different profiles. It's hard to mirror myself. A couple different profiles that you want to tune it for depending on the game. I originally had it so these back pedals were used back pedals, these back triggers were used for activating as my R3 and L3, but kind of realized that was a mistake. It didn't feel right, or maybe I just had to get used to it. But sometimes you just accidentally press in a little bit and then bam, it goes off. Uh, Still, it's great to have those options depending on the game. Really fine tune it. I'm gonna give it like a 9.5 out of 10. This really is a great controller. It's amazing that they give you the like the package itself is just great, right? A charging dock, uh, uh, an adapter for the PC, and the controller. Uh, I mean, this is like the complete package. Honestly, it really is. Love having a dock. Love having an adapter, or to be able to USB connect to wirelessly connect. And you can also just connect it, wired, which is always the most guaranteed, fastest connection version. So can't go wrong there. I'm gonna have to recommend it. This is definitely my go-to controller now for playing on the Switch in terms of playing it, full screen or even wirelessly, well, portably if I have it stand up on the OLED. Never doing that again on the base Switch. That thing was like using a toothpick. So yeah, uh, there's really no more praise I could give it other than it's a damn fine controller, and you will not go wrong with this Ultimate one. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the review and the unboxing. Have a good one.